Hi folks, thank you for checking out my video. Today I have another special project for you. I'm going to do a walkthrough on how to rescreen your sliding door screen. So as you can see here, there's a big gaping hole here, and I also try to tape it together for a while now. This is a good time to get it rescreened. The sliding door frame is still functional. I don't want to have to purchase the whole door frame here. I'm just going to rescreen it. I think it's going to be cheaper. In the process, I can share with you guys how to do it. So with that, stay tuned and I will walk you through the whole process. So first up is you want to take an accurate measurement of your screen door. So my screen door is 37 by 94, so it's probably 36, right? If I take off the outside edges. And what you want to do is you want to go to a local Home Depot or Lowe's, or you can order online to get the exact measurement for your new screen. So I'm back from Home Depot, and as you can see here, I purchased this 60 by 96 screen here. It is pretty wide. I was looking for something closer to 37 inches, but they don't have it. The length here fits perfectly, 2 extra inches more than my measurement, but you don't want it to be exact anyway. You want to have extra inches to play with, but this is fine. In terms of material, I decided on the fiberglass because the one I recently have right now, it's not that strong. And as you can see, it was torn. The fiberglass is supposed to be a stronger material, so this is around $15, so it's not bad. If you have to buy a whole new screen with the whole frame, that might cost you more than a couple $100. So this is going to save me a lot of money. Also, I purchased this screen roller tool here as well. If you're going to rescreen, you are going to need this because there's this thing called the spline that will be holding the screen together to the frame. And you need this tool to put it in place tightly, all right? So the next step in the process is how to remove the screen door from your patio. So let me just show you what we have here. The screen door has 4 wheels that are spring-loaded. They are somewhere around here, and this one here. There's 2 up there as well. And so we need to remove the door off its track, as you can see on the track here. So on the front side and on the back side, there's a screw, and what you need to do is wind it counterclockwise to release the spring-loaded wheel. You need to do the front wheel and the back side as well. So here's the back, counterclockwise. All right, so I loosen up this screw here. I'm going to try to get something really flat, like this butter knife here. The screwdriver here too, it's kind of thick and I don't want to ruin the frame here. So anything's flat and thin but strong. This is perfect. So I'm gonna lift it up. Okay, I see the roller here, the wheel, and I'm going to do that. There we go. Okay, now it's off its track. And I'm going to go to the other end to also get the roller off its track as well. I see the wheel is right here. There we go, I hear the snap. So while I was doing that, this came back on track. So I'm going to use the butter knife here to lift it up. Hopefully I don't damage it. But you know, when you do DIY projects, something's always not right. But here we go, I see it. What I do is I get underneath the wheel, right? Lift it up, so this way it's off the track. And then I'm trying to keep it off the track. There we go. Cool. So this is the spring-loaded wheel here. As you can see, there's a spring there, and you can actually, it's flexible. And somehow it's tied to the screw on top here. And there's also one at the bottom as well. This is pretty flexible, but this one here is kind of hard. I might have to like spray some lubricant in there to make it more flexible. And this is a good opportunity for me to clean up the bottom here as well. Right, for this project, you want to find a flat area. So luckily I have a nice size kitchen here. I'm going to just lay it on the floor. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the handle here. Take the screw off the handle. You can see here, a big opening here, and I try to tape it all together just to make it last. And the material is pretty flimsy as well, as you can see. So the fiberglass is going to be more durable and it's going to last longer. That is the hope. So both sides out now. And I'm gonna take this out too. Get out of the way. All right, so this is where the spline is. It's a little rubber or plastic tube rope looking like that is holding the screen together. So you have to take this guy out to remove the screen. All right, folks, remember this tool I was telling you about earlier? This tool is to roll over the spline. This way it'll lock the screen in place to the frame. So I'm looking for an area to remove the spline, and I think this here, I see a little notch coming up here. This might be a perfect place to remove the spline. So I'm using a flat screwdriver to try to get it out. It's a little tough right now. There we go. I see a little movement here. Right here. See the edge here? Right? So this is what the splines looks like right here. So I'm trying to be careful as I'm pulling it out. As you can see here, it's holding the screen together because I want to be able to reuse this. If not, you can purchase this from Amazon or Home Depot. But I don't want to have to spend another $1 on this thing here. Gently remove it off the frame and the screen. So, oh. All right, so this is one side, right? And so now I just have to use the screwdriver to try to take the other sides off. We almost got the spline done on the other side as well. The splines are all off. And then you can take the screen out, pushing it from the bottom. And just remove the screen. So I removed the old screen here. And what I'm going to do is clean up the frame a little bit to make it clean before I put the new screen onto the frame. All right. So far, it's a pretty easy project. You just need a little time. You know, I have the whole day to myself today, and so this is good. Nobody's at home, and I can do this. So I'm just gonna roll this over, right? So you want the groove of the frame to be facing up. I'm gonna put this here to kind of, the length fits perfectly. So what I'm doing for the top part here, I am just going to tape it onto the floor. So hold it down, tape it to the floor, hold it down. Okay. And I'm going to start the bottom end here. So here's a spline. So I'm using this end of the roller here, but there's also a groove here that fits perfectly into the spline here, like so. And so I'm gently rolling it on the track. So I'm just going to go all the way through. All right, folks, so I completed this side of the screen door here. I've been using this concave side of the tool to place the spline into the frame. And on the edges, right, sometimes the splines, like, they won't go in all the way. So I use the flat screwdriver to kind of tuck it in, as you can see here. This side is now all tucked in nicely. I'm going to finish the rest of the screen, and then I'll come back when I finish. So now I completed putting the spline along the frame here. And as you can see, it's really nice. I don't see any major bubbles or warping going on here. So this is really good. So now what I need to do is get rid of this excess screen here. Is you can use your razor knife or razor and just cut it along the edges toward the frame. Not inside, but toward the frame there, as deep as you can. You can just run it deep against the outer frame, not the inside of the frame. All right, folks, so we're done. We got the excess screen off the frame here. Wow, look at that. Very nice. So the next step is to put on the handle. So there should be 5 screws. And then you want to also plug this back in there. And then you just have to reposition it in a way that it'll match this hole here. There we go. When you move the handle, this also moves along with it as well. Then you can put the other plate on the other side. All right, folks, so we're done. The handle's back on, and then now we're ready to place it back onto the patio frame. While you have the screen door out, it's a good idea to clean the track as well. So my wife helped me out on this one. Now we're gonna spray some WD-40. So with that, let's put the door back on. I'm going to put the top part first on there. Right. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing it up and then try to get the bottom part to sit on the edge of the track here. So you can see the wheels are still visible here. Now that you see the wheels, because you want the wheel to go on the track like that. And then, so I'm going to place the butter knife and the wheel on the track. Sorry, right there. See the track, and then slowly glide it, not too far, and kind of let. Oh shoot! Oh, it went in nicely. Okay, so I got lucky on that one, and looks really good. I don't see any bubble here as much. And then you can see, if you lock it up. Let me go inside and lock it up. All right, folks, so here's a new look of my screen door. No more gaping hole here. So the fiberglass screen is really nice, beautiful actually. So let me open this up here. Cool. So that was another successful project. Thank you for watching the video. I hope it was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.